So today we're here on Wufenshan. We're going to be comparing the HC01 and the AR01. So we've matched equipment. JP and I were having the same wheels, same frame. Group sets are different. I'm on SRAM, he's on SRAM, I'm on Shimano, but everything else is the same. We've matched the pressure as well, and we're going to see which bike climbs faster.
2 trips, identical power, and we'll see how it all plays out at the end. And we'll see you guys at the top. Good morning, beautiful morning out. We've gone up this great climb twice now on 2 different bikes.
The HC01, our climbing monster, and the AR01, our climbing, our Aero machine.
Aero bike. And you know, first of all, the results. We can get into the bike feel and all that stuff later, but I was really surprised that the hill climbing specialty bike was that much faster, given the weight isn't significantly different between the two.
And by that much faster, we mean 50 seconds and 1 minute, depending on 50 seconds for this guy and 1 minute for the rim brake version.
Yeah.
So it's surprising, but not that surprising, since this is still a pure climb, and the rim brake version is quite lighter.
Yeah.
This one also has a special layout made for being stiffer in steeper sections. So when I got out of the saddle, I could really feel like it was quite snappy and going really fast.
For me, it felt like just dancing. It's like you literally get out of the saddle and the bike just wants to just float right up. And the way the bike, and the steeper it got, I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Is when the incline went steep, the bike stiffness and just the way it floated and you get out of the saddle, it just.
And we don't always think about it, but enjoyment and enjoying the ride and getting a good feeling out of the bike is extra watts, because you're basically having fun. So you're forgetting about the pain, you're forgetting about everything else going on, and you're just enjoying the moment. So if you're riding a bike that's specifically made for climbing, then you're probably going to be faster on the climb solely because of the intent of the bike.
The proof was there today. I mean, we both did identical watts. And what was interesting at the start is, like, I kept having to go, oh, I need to slow down, especially when it went steep, because the bike
just goes.
You just want to go. And the feel was really different between the two. The AR just is so smooth. I mean, just the road surface, I can feel the road underneath it, but I don't get the vibration, I don't get like just the chatter, some of the noise, where the HC, you can literally feel the road.
I think it's really meant for being responsive in a hill, which is great. So that geometry obviously is meant for steep gradients and for basically climbs.
A way to think of it is, when I'm going uphill in the HC, it is absolutely the bike I want to be on. But as soon as it starts to level out, and especially as the speed goes up and downhills and turns, I want to be in the AR. You know, so it's like the bike preference between the two is very distinct.
And speaking of geometry, you guys must have noticed that the HC is special in the sense that on the big sizes, at least, the tube is going down, and everyone is questioning this quite a lot. But actually, if you think about it, once you're going up a hill, that down tube is not sloping anymore. It's actually balancing itself out, and it's allowing you to have a more neutral position. We all know the more you move backwards on your saddle, the more you're going to recruit the backside of your muscles. So once you're using the HC, you're able to stay more grounded and more balanced in terms of the power distribution and the muscle solicitation, which I really enjoy.
And having raced the AR up Wuling just a week ago, which is a really long, epic climb here, you know, it's a really good handling bike for climbs. You know, but obviously racing the HC on this 40-minute climb and the time difference here, it's significant. So having the right bike, having the bike that's specifically made is an amazing option to have in the quiver. Yeah, it's really good. The liveliness of this bike it's unprecedented from all the bikes I've had. You know, I've had some others that say this is their climbing specialty bike, but it doesn't compare, not at all.
So we're now on the opposite side of where we climbed. We climbed there.
Oh, actually, it's over there.
We're now here.
Oh, I can actually see the weather station. A good day to recap. 2 beautiful climbs, actually 3 runs up the mountain today. And everything that went into the creation of these beautiful bikes. You know, first and foremost is the HC01, which is the hill climb specialty bike, and then the new AR01, which is like an Aero all-rounder bike. And you know, quick recap is HC bike is unparalleled when it gets steep at climbing. It's just a phenomenal ride. Really happy with it. But when it came to just overall ride experience and just the pure joy of going up the hill and ripping the descent and hitting the turns, the AR was just a beautiful bike. Very beautiful bike.
To be honest, we didn't really expect that. We've been racing this season with the AR01, and as soon as it got released from the mold, we thought that this was just the ultimate bike, ultimate all-rounder.
Yeah.
So we kind of felt like we weren't really going to race or touch our HCs anymore. We were just going to retire them. But today, even though this is a short climb compared to what we're racing here usually, we saw a 1 minute advantage over a 45-minute climb on an advantage to the HC01, which...
Same power,
yeah,
same wheels, same tire pressure, same everything, 1 minute quicker.
That means that we'll definitely have to be swapping between the both of them. And as far as consumers are involved, I think that it's going to be a choice between what you will be intending the bike for, and there's no wrong or right answer. It's just both bikes have been engineered with something in mind, and both bikes will advantage you in different situations.
Yeah.
Of course, when we engineered the AR01, I was privileged enough to be involved in that process. We really tweaked and used some technologies to advantage it on flat and rolling terrain. We've got Aero disc brake covers, which I think collaborated quite a lot in terms of the smoothness of this downhill performance that we're seeing.
The frame stiffness and responsiveness too is one of the things I noticed right away just in heavy braking, because one of the advantages of descending fast is the technique, and if you can come into the corners and brake really late and really have a good feel for what the bike is doing underneath you and really set the turns up, you can exit the turns faster, which saves energy, but it's also a quicker way down the mountain. And when it came to, you know, the HC, which is really, if I was going to describe it, I would just call it the spirited dancer. The harder the climb, the more it dances and goes up. And the AR couldn't be named better. It's literally the all-around bike. So depending on what you love to do as a cyclist, you've got 2 really great choices to choose from. Neither one is right or wrong, but if you love to dance up mountains, the HC is the obvious choice, and even the time proved it today. But if you love to ride mountains and descend and do everything, the AR is there.
So now the ultimate question, JP, if you could pick only one, if we lived in a world where you could only have one of those, oh yeah?
Yeah, I made my choice.
Well, it's cool because my choice is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I'm a pure climber, so that would be my bike and my choice for today.
This is my choice for today.
Thank God we've got one of each, and we're all happy.
Yeah.
Nice day.
Great day out there.
Yeah. Great day. Cheers.